All right, let's party. Wow, there we go. Speaking about Spooktober, blah. Oh, I went like bad, terrible, fake French at the very end. That doesn't make any sense. How's it going, everybody? How you doing, Lotta, over in YouTube land and on Twitch land? How you doing, Zetai? Congratulations on your first. How you doing, Steve? How you doing, Ars? How you doing, Jay? How you doing, Gideon? And yeah, how's it going, everybody? Oh boy, your boy's day has been basically spent on a couple of very short not short activities, very specific activities. But yeah, I could like, if you mean like the models I paint, yes. If you mean me, I'm like spooky like half the time. My new outfit's gonna be pretty spooky too, to be fair. It's still relatively spooky in the grand scheme of things. So, I got to do it. I got to do the thing I said I was potentially going to be doing, and I got to do I do like Jack-o'-lantern. Oh, I do like Jack-o'-lantern a lot. That's a very good one. Hell yeah. That's another one of those rare puns that I approve. I got to play some Warhammer 40,000 again. This time I got to actually play. So I was doing 3rd edition as usual because it's very funny because like I enjoy a lot of 3rd edition, but I'm kind of like okay with it. But like it's just kind of, I don't know what's going to go with this. It's been neat. It's like everybody else is playing 10th edition, and like me and the friend I was playing with, we were just in our boomer corner, like fuck yeah, let's go. But I got to do something really cool with that a lot of people don't. Also, I'm like retouching up a lot of this because there's like I just missed somehow this entire chunk, and I don't know what led to that. I got to play a game with the Lost and the Damned, which are Trader Guard. Now the thing is, I try to use models that I mostly had, so I weirdly enough did not have very many tanks, which is a shame because I feel like I should have had more tanks. Not even necessarily for like gameplay reasons, just to have more tanks, really. Hey, let's go. Congratulations. Is it a good not having work tomorrow? Because sometimes there's like, well, it's good that I don't have work tomorrow because I'm on like vacation, and there's bad. It's like I'm fired. So I'm hoping it's a good vacation. I'm hoping it's a good one. How you doing, Big Baka Ham? Welcome. How you doing? They have to work tomorrow. No, the cats always have to work. You know, it's a strong job. Yeah, I only ran one rhino, and it did its job. The rhino's job was to deliver 10 chaos possessed marines with the rending talons, which is when whenever they roll a 6, they just automatically wound. Which like it's funny, just like the way the design language of the game changes, or just like the way like stuff works. In modern 40k, something rolling well and getting an auto wound, like yeah, no, everything does that. Oh, you know what? That's fair. Yeah, I'm okay. That's good. Yeah, rest days are good, especially after something like that for sure. That's also the kind of thing that if anyone ever gave you shit for it, you could just be like, dude, why do you like this, dude? Well, hell yeah, definitely enjoy your lurk. Definitely enjoy your rest. I mean, you know, chat at your whim, but the Trench Crusade spreadsheet. Hey, let's go. I'm trying to see if I can play some Trench Crusade next week because I have gone basically a month without any trenching, and I miss it. He yearns for the trenches, but I do, and for reals. I yearn the fuck out of trenches. Just reapplying another layer of this turquoise before I do like some other layers of stuff. Great by screaming at me. Oh, that's cute though. That's cute. Nanner's just kind of like the nice thing. The funny thing about having a snake is like she's curious about who I am. But also, sometimes I do things that I don't blame her for being confused or curious. Like, I live a lot of my life, like, yell singing in my house. And for, like, a snake, that has to be baffling. Because it's not like, a concern. She's not, like... I can tell when Nares is scared because she'll recoil. You know, the ball and the ball python is that they like to curl up into a little ball. Or, like snap back real quick. She just mostly sticks her head out and just looks directly at me puzzled. Your dad caught fire. I'm glad your dad's okay, but yeah, I mean, you say flammable father like most fathers aren't, but I'm glad your dad had just had a minor lighting mishap, and not the amazing combustible pawpaw. I also got like a bit of a headache. I don't know if it's because I basically just like bolted out the door once I like woke up and moved all my stuff around, and then like. I had caffeine there, but sometimes if I go too long without caffeine, I do get withdrawal headaches, which is objectively not good. But also, I need caffeine to like do work and stuff, so I just kind of have to put up with it. Oh, we missed that little bit right there. Oh, or maybe I just like wait till I had food before I left, but it was overall it was pretty fun though. It was fun. It's nice at the very least. I gotta say, like I got to play Lost in the Damned and like checked it off the list because a lot of 40K players they don't. That's like one of those like oh if I ever got to play 3rd edition, oh I would love to play Chaos Imperial Guard, and it's funny because my friend plays Imperial Fists, and let me tell you, a bunch of Traitor Guardsmen against Terminators with Power Fists, they don't live very long. They don't. No, actually, it wasn't even the Power Fists. It's really the Flamers. The Flamers got them real good. They would just instantly explode and bake because AP values on older editions of the game are really silly. Compared to like current editions of the game where AP is just like a value for the like a modifier to the saves, armor piercing is more like an all or nothing. That like if you get under the model save, they just don't get a save. They just get obliterate. Oh, it's great for 100. Oh God. Okay, so he got like straight up drenched in gasoline. I'm glad he's okay, because holy shit, that's out of all the ways to be set on fire, that's the most intense for sure. Easily. Yeah, I mean chainsaws are pretty metal. I do agree with that. I definitely say that as somebody who owns a chainsaw, though. I own a baby electric chainsaw. My chainsaw isn't. People could be like, oh you got a chainsaw that's fucking metal, bro. And I bring out my little dinky Ryobi chainsaw. It cuts wood, but it's never going to like cut fear into someone. It's definitely never ever going to do that. Well, it's any other wild bullshit from that game. I actually had a couple. Actually, no, I did have a couple of the guard guys just take out some Terminators, and I felt pretty good. I once again, this keeps happening when I face my friend. I have a unit of 6 Noise Marines, and they do really bitchin' work. Usually towards the end of a game, somebody will try to get into melee to tell them to shut the fuck up, because that's kind of what you got to do with Noise Marines. And then it proceeds to become a slap fight where nobody ever wins. It stops them from shooting, yes, but also like they just don't die. It's just that like everybody rolls bad or something. Something keeps happening. That was basically the latter half of the game for them. Saying that. Oh yeah, hell yeah, let's go. What would you imagine? I don't know. For some reason, when you're saying that like being set on fire and singing metal, I thought raining blood. I thought that was appropriate. How's you doing, Zekrill? Welcome. How you doing? Are they really? I'm not. To be fair, I'm not doing anything hardcore in the lumber biz. And how you doing, Matthew? Welcome. I am cutting shrubs. I do be cutting shrubs. Ooh, oh god, that's an interesting matchup. The thing is, like, I do think that the assassin list might have some advantage, because in my experience, the only way I've been able to keep an artillery witch alive, even with armor and a shield, is to keep her way the fuck back. And if there's any army that could get way the fuck back with minimal effort, it's definitely Assassin Sultanate. Someone's about to get the bow of Almut directly into their dick, and it's going to be real unfortunate. But fun to watch, though, probably. The birthing room. Wait, I need to put some more blue on this. I need to process that. All right, what do you mean the birthing room? Were chainsaws a fucking like I understand sometimes you have to get a C-section. That's not uncommon. I know people who have had to do that. Like I know, like I knew a friend of mine straight up had the was born with their umbilical cord directly wrapped around their neck, and it's like, oh god. I guess a chainsaw is one way to remove a baby. Now, the skill to remove the baby and keep the baby alive is definitely like a whole other set of skills, but good shit if the doctor has that. How you doing, 14? How you doing? Welcome. I'm very important. Me? Cute? Big if true. Together and put a wolf and a death commando behind them. That's probably not a terrible. Well, you know, just really just as long as you just kind of just put some sort of just like blocking body thing. But another option to do that, like if you can like you can put your witches behind cover, like full body cover, no one can see you cover. Run out, throw the grenade, throw the bomb, and then try to dash into cover and like maybe have like one dude with like a instrument behind the cover, whose entire job is just to toot. All that man does is toot, so that ways the artillery witches can get the bonus dodge to dash. Now, will they fail? Yes, because in my experience, there's no such thing as good dash luck. I rolled a worse dash luck. Even if I have bonuses, I fail my dash rolls. It fucking sucks. I dislike dashing. Yeah. Oh, does it in the activation? Okay, maybe it's been a while since I played. Oh, it's probably, it's got the machine gun rules. Okay, never mind then. Thank you for the correction on that. It's been a hot minute. Weirdly enough, no, you're fine, you're fine. So how you doing, Oni? Welcome. I've only used my artillery witch a couple times. Really, I think only 2 games. And no, 3 games. I've used it in 3 games, but the thing is, every game they've been firmly behind cover and far away from all my opponents who would actually do anything to them. So I never had to attempt to dash with them. So that is good to know, though. Thank you for that reminder. I'll have to keep that in mind. Like I said, I'm getting rusty. I'm getting rusty at Trench Crusade, and I really want to get some shit together so I can start playing the Great Hunger now that that's a thing. I really want to trap the Great Hunger. I kind of have, I like, I got basically everything except for the I forget what they're called, the big flappy dudes and then the hags. My brain keeps wanting to call them Gorgonzolas or like Guargura, just like the fucking VTuber that is no longer a VTuber, but is a VTuber. His stuff. Tim Garbanzo Garugula. Here to turn thralls into extra health. I forgot this little edge. There we go. Yeah, the Matagog hag. I have like an idea. I can like show you the general idea what I do. I just need to like find a day to build it. Luckily a little bit so I can take some of the tarnished bullshit and I can just kind of schmoove it. So some of the angles are gonna be a little wonky on this bad boy because I gotta like reach into some shit. There we go. No, that's fair. Listen, I someone who doesn't work in the forestry biz, that is neat to know. So how you doing, Manuel? Welcome. How you doing? Oh boy. I forgot temporarily about the birthing chainsaw. And then I just I look back up and basically see the equivalent of a chainsaw created cloaca. And I'm like, oh god, just you know what? There's bad things in the world out there. That's true. We definitely have escaped through some like times of just absolute just like nightmare horror scenarios. Oh god, I forgot I had not his everyday life up there. Oh, everything about this is I don't even want to change any of this. This is all great. Oh no, but like a forging cloaca sounds fucking awful. But yeah, oh yes, hold on, okay. I have some ideas for how I want to do my hag. I think that's just like ruin parts of the statue. Get up in there, maybe. I don't know. If I choose the wrong color for one thing, I hate that I know what you're talking about. Let's go. Hold on. Nice. There we go. I didn't know about this. This is all new. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. For my hag, right? I have this. This is the ass of a plague drone or a like Pusgoyle Blight Lord. I want to flip it turnways, cut it, and then like snip the little goo so it's like a little pointy thing. Then I got a lad, as one does. Where is the lad? You in here, lad? All right, check it out. Bestiarm did a bunch of the like models continuing with the whole like little like funky eggs, which I used to use for all my Trench Crusade stuff, so it was a very nice thing to add more. So I want to be like him here. I want this guy sort of on top, and then I've also printed some bits for like a full-on, what's it called? Like a full-on pulpit. Whether I use the whole, like, there's 2 of these. Maybe I might just use one. Anyway, I'm gonna do like some amount of layering, so it's like this guy is riding into the back of a worm that's embedded into the dirt, while it's being dragged by big pointy little claws. Are not very big. I need to get some bigger claws. Channel idea though. I don't know when that's gonna be ready. I don't know when that hag's gonna be ready. And that's kind of the lynch. Well, no, actually, arguably, I need that more than anything else. It's really annoying though. The all the tiers of the Kickstarter have a lot more stuff than I want. Where it's like you can get like I really just want the Guargarugulas. Oh yeah, because like I'm going with the idea. So the other one is usually the like the Matagog Hag is one of those like it's like a weird undead mother thing where it's like birthing thralls constantly. And like that's fine, but it doesn't really match the army I'm going for, which is more kind of like insectoid horror. So I'm gonna just have sort of this like insect demagogue riding on the back of a big bug. He's gonna be a big old just and the fact that he doesn't really have any weapons or armor is just because like yeah no that's all of that is being provided by the thralls. He is but a humber. Yeah, the Acrids or whatever. I was using those for a while. I was using those for all my Trench Crusade stuff. And they started making more stuff and even being like, hey, you know what? These parts could fit for Trench Crusade. That's one of those things that like I don't think I had any direct influence, but maybe just a little. But anyway, they basically, even if they knew nothing about anything I did, which is not true because they did respond to some of my Instagram stuff. It's pretty much perfectly fits everything I need, so it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. All this again. There's also like little rats in there. There's definitely gonna be some spots for the tarnish that I'm gonna need to tarnish. Oh, the tarnish. The tarnish I'm gonna need to like touch up a wee bit. Nothing crazy. Put on there. Yeah, because I think most of this just kind of because it was like a dark layer, it ended up kind of washed out, which is like not usually a big deal. But if I want to do some kind of like layering on it. What in tarnation? Tammy. Behold the foulest of hags, Tammy. Oh, that's fair. But yeah, I'm willing to try it. It's like one of those things that it's hard for me to gauge on paper how good this is. Because like and a lot of people see it and they're like, oh my god, this has got like, it can make thralls dangerous and there's like a bunch of shit in it. There's a bunch of special rules. You get like plague spells. But I also look at it, I'm like, you don't get like compound ice helmets. You don't get Knight of the Rotten Cross. So you actually lose a lot of shit in very subtle ways. It's a very subtle loss of ability. Maybe a metal clamp. Oh. Dead Space fanfic. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I imagine there's probably like a decent amount of Dead Space fanfic stuff out there. I've actually never played Dead Space myself. It's one of those like, this is kind of tricky. So you know how sometimes if you're like, I'm never going to like play a video game ever, you just decide just to like watch like videos on it. Like Mandalore's done like a trilogy for all of the Dead Space stuff, and I think I've watched those like a million times. Would there be some details that I would totally get that those videos would not convey? Absolutely. Do I feel like super compelled to do it now because I've already spoiled myself on a lot of the main details? Not really, no. I'm gonna set this aside too. This is a 3D printed piece, which I like, but I want to get all the other stuff. Yeah. Definitely makes them tough, for sure. Like, I do think it seems neat. Yeah, I know vaguely that the third one was like one of those, like, this is where the rot sets in kind of games. Oh, what do you get stuck on? I never, like, there's like a couple little things I remember, because I also didn't, it also didn't help that I watched a friend of mine play it years ago. There was just a while in college where effectively I got the Twitch experience by just watching my friend play certain video games that I would never play. Because he was always the one that like he was sort of like really big on the Sony stuff. So I would sit and watch him sort of play like Last of Us and like that game. I know not that like, you know, Dead Space is a Sony game, but he had a PS3 and I did not. Oh yeah, that's like one of those like survival horror game ends where you just don't have any resources and you're just kind of stuck. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. How you doing, Liquor, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, let's go, let's go, let's go. Boys. Currently working on some more of this terrain because, you know, I would like to get this done. I would like to have all these terrain pieces done so I can, I don't know, probably not actually use them for anything. Like they're fine, but they're, you know, L-shaped ruins, which means I could probably find some use for them. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe there would be something that, like, if I played them, people who were like, "Oh shit, there we go. I haven't played this for a while." I feel like if I'm going back into the horror game realm, though, if I want to do a game, this might even be the game after I do after the Alice games. I've always really wanted to play Parasite Eve. How you doing, Charlie? Yo, same. I run into that shit whenever. For me, it's never like actual things about like the minis or anything. It's always terrain. I'll always like straight up find someone to like, yeah, I built like this Mordheim farmhouse. Not farmhouse, like, you know, more like a guard tower. And I'll be like, oh, fuck. And I have a bunch of, I basically have left my 3D printer alone for like a week. But I was starting to print out stuff for Mordheim Warband. I want to try a Clan Pestilence one. So maybe, oh god. Would I be able to get this prep for next week? If I paint on Thursday, maybe. Oh god. Black Magic Craft is one. It's like something. He has like one of those like really generic names that involves dice. I also really like this guy who doesn't. He doesn't do anything anymore, but he was called Bard's Craft. Yeah, he was definitely one of those like, I lived in Sweden, so I go out to the woods. Swedish fish. I don't know, some nice European country. I go out to the woods and I get all the materials Mother Nature provides. And I was like, well, that's nice. But he actually did like a lot of stuff with like cardboard and whatnot. It's gonna drive you fucking nuts. Where's this other guy? I don't watch his stuff every time because he uses a lot of tools and stuff that I just don't have access to. Is it like Devs and Dice, I think? Yes, his name is Devs and Dice, which is weird because he doesn't really, as far as I've never seen him ever do like dev work. But this guy basically does like a metric fuck ton of Mordheim terrain, specifically Mordheim terrain. So yeah, there'll be very likely rat painting sometime in the future. I just don't know when. That name sounds familiar. Alex Army sounds stupid familiar. I'm blanking on what they do. I feel like I've seen like maybe 1 or 2 videos from this person, but yeah, I'll pull it up for later. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Huh. Matthew, wait, was that, what language was that guy? Because the guy I used to follow, the guy I was talking about, the European guy, he also used a kitchen knife for basically everything. Although, smoking was, but like, did he have like an accent? Because this guy used to actually like write like patrons on his knife. Like that was such a big part of the process. If it turned out that Bardic Craft ended up becoming a, like, what's it called? If he became a survival guy, I'm gonna be, upset's the wrong word. Digester? Alright, you lost me on that one. You lost me on that one. But yeah, apparently it's like, that happens from time to time though, in like, many things. That also, considering how much that guy went out into nature for supplies, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, you know what? I actually care more about the nature than I do about the minis. He was also one of those people that like mostly did, I think a lot of his minis for like D&D anyway, so it might have got to the point that he's like, I don't really need any other builds for a while. But yeah, it's really, going back, so let's see, what Charlie's saying, yeah, where it's like, Mordheim is definitely like, the minis are fine, but like, you could play 40k on some real shit terrain, and it's fine. You could play Trench Crusade on some shit terrain, and it'll be fine. I don't think Mordheim works without like really bitchin' terrain. You could absolutely play Mordheim on like a shit table, and it would be sad. And also, because also I'm going to be real, I don't think a lot of the game itself is particularly great. Like, it's definitely, you're definitely crutching on like the mood of having just like a big stacked table. And I'm also not going to lie, as I approach middle age, I do feel the siren call of having a fully paid. I also think it is just like, funnily enough, like a weird boomer thing for like, if you're into mini painting, like reasonably into it, where it's like kind of like one of your things. Eventually, you're just like, I want a Mordheim table. I want a Mordheim table. I don't know what middle. I kind of go with the idea that like 80 is a good run. So 40 is middle age. I'm going to shoot for that. I know, technically, depending on your definition, I could be middle-aged at 35, maybe. I'm going to take the real charitable definition. And like, I don't mind being a hag. For some reason, hag has some like cultural funness as part of being a VTuber. Middle-aged doesn't. So I'll cope on that for a little while if need be, you know? Yeah, how's he doing, Goroth? Yeah, oh yeah, no, I do think it's that thing. I think when you become old and in the hobby, you slowly push your way to historicals or trains. And Mordheim is just grimdark trains, if you think about it. How you doing, ADC Null? Yeah, okay, so I guess medically I'm middle-aged then. I don't know what the life. I don't know what's like the average long life. All my adopted relatives, which aren't going to be like a good benchmark for me anyway, but they're like the closest thing I have to any sort of benchmark, are, they all kind of pass away at like 60 from like various types of cancer. Usually lung cancer, which on one hand, cool, I don't smoke. And you know, also all this weird shit, but also a lot of microplastics. I can't imagine these microplastics are good for me, even though I do take time to put on like filters and stuff like that. I actually want to buy. I need to order me some more filter replacements. I need to change my filters, my face mask. Yeah, I kind of don't give a shit either, you know, about like aging at this point. At this point, I'm just kind of like whatever. I have like long-term goals in mind for things, but I'm also just kind of content just to kind of I have like a nice comfy status quo that I don't mind holding on to. But it's not too bad. Yeah, you got to dial back on the soda and check out my wonderful sponsor Gamer Stuffs. What? Gets a soda replacement. Okay, sorry. I don't get a chance to do an obnoxious shill for them, so it's kind of fun as a treat. As a treat, it's very fun. I'm glad none of my sponsors mind that I shill them in like the stupidest fucking way possible. But if you need microplastics in pre-packaged form, you could go to my sponsor Collectible Squeeds. Get some stuff. Hell yeah, I still got my big old box of stuff from Squids from the Saturnine box. I need to start. I think probably what I might end up doing is just start doing with the Centaurian, just so I can make like, I need to make a divot. I need to paint a model from that kit. If nothing else, if I get literally nothing from that fucking Saturnine box, though I do actually know what so Word Bears are getting a custom. When will I have a waifu cup made? So, like, it's not an impossible thing. Yeah, I like Gamer Subs. I do drink it. I was already drinking it when I got offered the funny thing is, like, I got mine through very weird channels where it was, Flork actually did me a solid on that one, which is kind of buck wild. I was playing Florkymon. He's like, hey, I'm gonna get you in contact. I was like, oh shit. Oh fuck. Yeah, that was very nice of him. I do appreciate that. Oh, squeaks would be pretty good, yeah, actually. Fuck, there was a bunch of squeaks that I did not pick up. Clearly I messed up. I did pick up some orcs though. So there was a couple of orcs in like the dollar bin. So I did pick up a couple orcs. So what I was thinking about doing next week, okay. I figured out how I want to do an Orktober vehicle, right? Oh, 1980. Oh, that's definitely shifted as my generation becomes like, you know, man children. But yeah, so it's possible to maybe someday get my own cup, but I'm going to be honest, I'm going to need a lot more clout first, and I am not good at getting that. So maybe someday, if things work out, if you want a Hell Cup, help me get Twitch partner first, and we'll go from there. Which is tricky because apparently Twitch has been bungling how views are counted lately or whatever. So yes, if the harder you shield me, the more likely it is you can get me on the glass. That's like the dumbest proposition of just like effort to reward. How you doing, Spork? How you doing? Welcome. Oh yeah. My God, I have some TRPG stuff I need to put together. Stuff I basically, I don't know. This weekend has been weird. Where like I feel like last weekend I lost it because of car stuff, and this weekend I spent sort of reclaiming a weekend I lost. So I need to get back into the rhythm of like planning shit, which will probably be this week. Yeah, I was thinking about, I want to do something similar. I want to 3D print some big fuck off turbines and use some of my assault marine, so some of my Mark II marines to make some assault marine, some Ashen Circle. Jesus Christ. What's happening here? You'll get cop. I guess you will coop. You'll get coop, yes? There we go, something like that. That tracks. I think we're getting a pretty good pace on this. Barely starts. Hell yeah. Let's go. This is also a really weird week for me, which is kind of been nice. I like my tabletop groups. I like my Friday group because they've been my bros forever. And my Sunday group is pretty legit. But both of them ended up having to cancel this week. And can I say, having that extra time has been nice. I do wonder sometimes if like I definitely stretch myself too thin, even outside of VTubing for like just like a lot of just like trying to hang out with a bunch of friend groups, and it do be a lot. So getting like a whole week off where I don't got to deal with that. Really, I think I just mostly slept. Did it? I'd be willing to believe that I fucked up. Let's see. No, fuck, I fucked up. Hold on, shut up. There we go. Oh my God. I did a goof where I forgot to hit enter. There we go. That's fine. There we go. How you doing? It do be like that sometimes. How you doing? I'm painting terrain. Listen, I played 40K for like 5 hours today. My brain is mush. It's 3rd edition's fun. How you doing, Baconator? Welcome. 3rd edition's fun, but it's one of those editions that we have to like look up what certain things. Oh God, everybody was just waiting, weren't they? How you doing, or loving? Nice. Yeah, Elf had a good game today, but boy, it was a long as shit. There we go. I also did a really unfortunate thing where Nice, there we go. I had to get the triple snap for that to count. Where, what is this? Sorry, that thought entirely obliterated stuff from my brain. Anyway. Oh yeah, sorry, I was about to say, like 3rd edition's really weird where it's like the actual gameplay isn't too bad, but looking up, the rules are formatted like shit. How you doing, Chuck Ray? How you doing? Sorry for, I forgore to ping. But it looks like we're going now, so let's go. Like just like looking up like where like damage and stuff. I actually think you could take the rules of 3rd edition 40K, and all you really would just need to do is just sort of just like, you know, just like re-index them. Put everything, if their X rule is being used for a thing, just put it in a better spot than where it is. I think you could do that and the game would flow so much better. It's like we try to look up, so like my guns have pinning on them for like some of my Noise Marine stuff, and pinning was not mentioned anywhere we could like easily find. It was really annoying. We were spending like 5 minutes looking at where the fuck pinning was, and there was rules for pinning under Ordnance Blast, which were like, I guess that's accurate. Okay, I guess we'll use that. Oh yeah, it's like assuming it's not like a piracy thing. Feel free. Like if somebody just made an axe or whatever, that's fine. I will eventually need me some axes and some jets and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I played game and then I hung out for another half an hour and then I picked up all the spray paints I needed. My brain is really gelatinous, more so than usual, you know. There we go. Oh yeah, if it's a cult, you could just post it. You can post it, yeah. Did I forget to get the bottom of this? Good action. There we go. You could just put it in 3D printing or whatever. There's a I believe there's a 3D printing channel. I think that sounds right. Let's go. Oh, I looked that up. Because I saw recently the Aussies are like, oh god, it's daylight savings time. And I was like, oh fuck, when's daylight savings time? Burgerland daylight savings time's in November, so it will be coming up soon. We still got like a little bit. We still got like a little bit where it's not gonna be that big of a deal also. Love these paint markers for metals. So good. I still don't think I'm gonna buy into the whole like every single color and paint marker, but definitely like this. It's just so nice. It's so nice. Yeah, November 2nd. So we're like, yeah, just enough time to forget about it. Real and true, but I always forget about that. How you doing, Chieftain? Welcome. I came back from a game of 40k today, and I did pretty good. Shout out to my boys, Possessed Chaos Space Marines. They got talents that do the big stabs. Other, oh, it's got, okay, there's a button on here. Skull I missed. Oh my god. So many skulls. It's almost like this is like a Warhammer thing. Fuck. Okay. Nope. We got that. How do we want to do this? How do we wish to do this? Go back to this one. Yeah, well, this one's actually like, I think, like the easier one, if anything. Like there's less tricky nonsense. Like I could maybe... some spikes there. There's the little rats and the little stuffs. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and get some oxide on there because this shit's gonna take a while to dry anyway. Oh, extra hour sleep is nice. There we go. Oh yeah, congratulations on Jai. Hell yeah. Oh wait, to these? Oh, these are just from the Skaventide box. Unless you meant like this one from earlier, which I could link. There's a STL for this one. Hey, nice. I'll have to check that later. Yeah, no, yeah, all of these are just straight up, what's it called? These are just from the Skaventide box. I got a little bit of I got the G-Dubs Oxide because I have not bothered to get some new Oxide at least until this one runs out. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's been a hot minute since I've done any Age of Sigmar paintings, so I think it's like a very easy thing to like forget that that's a thing I do sometimes. I actually got a bunch of, oh yeah, hold on, let me get like a little bit of stuff on this bit. And I want to show you guys like a model that I painted on stream, like I think I painted on my death. Did I paint on my Blight Kings on stream? I think so. I think I did. Thank you for that, Haldrate. There we go. So, I need to fix the magnet of this guy because I was using some of my Blight Kings as proxies for Chaos Possessed. And look at this. This is a HAL model circa maybe like 2020, maybe late 2020, early 2021. We got like older style of rust where I was a lot like less doing it. You could tell I went real thick on the oxide. All these colors are G-dubs because I just did not realize it. Attempting some purple slime, which I'm kind of okay with. Coconut bark ground with a foam rock. And I don't know why this is so fucking glossy. I don't know what the fuck I did to make this so glossy. But yeah, this is like an older lad of mine. And you know what? It's not too bad. I don't hate it. Kind of fun. I like seeing I'm at the point in my life I like seeing my old models now. So I can be like, hey, I remember when I painted like that. Especially because like every now and then there are things where it's like, there was a while I was using weathering powders and then I stopped and I was like, oh, wait a minute. These are cool. I should use these again. And that's what I've been doing for basically like all my bases now. I do love that kit though. Yeah, they are classic lads. All the Blight Kings, like the end times might not have been a good time for a lot of people. Nurgle got some real bitchin' releases during the end times. Basically, like anything that was made for Nurgle stuff during the end times was just like real pure certified baller hours. It was pretty legit. It was pretty legit. Yeah, eventually I need to, like, I was going to take him to the shop for, like, one of the 5 Blight Kings I need to bring with me. but his what's it called? His magnet just like broke off. That was also an older style of magnetizing that I just don't particularly do that way anymore. Okay, so you're just getting this all nice and thin, and if it kind of like siphons off into the recesses, that's a-okay. Because if I do it straight out the bottle, I notice this shit gets like real fucking thick and like not a particularly great way. So I just thin it out with like a ton of water. I basically kind of turn it from like a technical like thing to more of like a wash. I think it looks pretty legit. It pools a little weird sometimes, but then I dry brush over it and it's all hunky dory. I almost dunked into the darker paint, which I can't always do if I need to like touch up anything. Get that cup in there. Basically, just like cups and little things tucked in there, which is kind of nice. A lot of this kind of reminds me like if you took like a slice from a dungeon wall, which I imagine that was sort of like the idea they were going for. I don't know how they like. I remember there being terrain in Age of Sigmar, the games I played, but I don't remember a huge amount about it. I mostly remember that there was a really weird thing. 40K kind of did this for a while, where like you would have terrain pieces that are sort of like big mechanical touchstones of your army. So like Nurgle stuff would basically have the Putrid Blight Maul, which is like big, it's a Gnarl Maul, sorry. It was this like big angry evil tree. And when I played, when you were by the big angry evil tree, you could actually advance and charge, which is pretty baller. I forget what it's currently doing now edition. I look at Age of Sigmar 4th edition every now and then. Man, my boys. They like Skaven are doing good. Skaven are doing relatively solid. They're like one of those armies that like they don't have a lot of viable options, but the ones they do are pretty banging. This is just once again, I'm not like a big tournament guy, but I like to see what's going on in tournament land. Magakin have basically been like not seeing like a single fucking tournament result. They're doing real bad. It's because they kind of reworked them. Because I think in like 3rd edition they were like really strong and tough, and I think G-Dubs wanted to kind of like crank down on their lethality. So they kind of made them a lot like they're slow and they don't do a lot of damage, and you'd be like, okay, you know, that's fine if they're tough, or they can like debuff their way into punching through. But the way it seems like is they don't have that option. Armies have ways around their defenses pretty easily, with like pretty much just bone stock. And then Magakin don't really have any way to do actual damage, and their diseases are slow and shitty. Is there somewhere I posted? Oh, I still I feel bad because I definitely do the like it'll happen soon TM, where that soon is kind of indefinite in the future. But I do want to. I have it marked down as a thing to do. Well, I'm like maybe I just need to take the footage of this and just kind of show it off. I don't know. This is not going to be a good example though, because I'm going to be doing like a more terrain style on this, but I do need to do it. I know you've been asking for a while, and I do want to do it. Just busy forever. Whoa. I think this is more. Do we like more memory? But I'm curious if I'm actually going to use this terrain though. I guess I can still use this for like 40k stuff. It'll just be weird having like a big old Skaven symbol in a game where you just can't run Skaven. Somewhere in 40k. I don't know. I know that there are ways that people have like kind of done that. Maybe someday I'll do like 40k Skaven stuff. First, for me, it's I don't even know if it's necessarily responsibilities. To a certain degree, yeah. No, I appreciate the pokings. The pokings are good. Don't stop with the poking. It's just that the poking will still require a lot of time. The minor chaos god of poking, indeed. But like, oh yeah, for like the Great Horn Rat, yeah. But actually, it would be kind of fun to do. It would be kind of fun to make some like, I don't know. Because like, something I'm realizing that I can do if I play more Lost in the Dam is I can keep making trader units that are just like other dudes. I had like a really like, I had an idea of like, because I got all my orcs and stuff, right? It's like I could in theory, I could make some like Chaos Space Marine guy as like an aspiring champion and have him lead all of those, and I can run those in Lost in the Dam. The template of the Lost in the Dam is so cool. I could take so many minis that's been sitting in my collection and put them to use for that. It's really spicy. Evil is eternal. True. God, I forget the. At one point, I feel like I could have quoted the entire opening of Samurai Jack, and I cannot anymore, and that makes me big sad. Like there a little bit. Yeah, this level of thinness is not too bad, especially because I'm like getting it like on the other areas. But I think pooling in these other areas is pretty legit. Yeah. But it's like I don't know. It's like I can like repurpose so many old projects. I still got a bunch of like as far as like mini painting. I think next week is going to be one of those like I need to finish some projects from last week, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah. Just have to hear the first part. Don't die. Nope. I'm glad this. I like this is one of those bottles I'm pretty sure I bought new. And it's just been lasting, especially once you put it into dropper bottles. Oh, long ago in a distant land, moved in with my auntie and my uncle in Bel Air. There we go. No, I got it. Listen, I got it. I understand how it goes. Listen, I know. That's about the stupidest pivot I could have made, and I did it anyway. Hell yeah. Long ago in a distant land, I, Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness, unleashed an unspeakable evil. I'm just gonna eventually. Oh yes, oh shit. Okay, that also reminds me of something I'm gonna do next week that I just did not mention because I was getting tangents. So I want to do something for Orktober. And here's what I'm thinking. So how many weeks of October do we got? We got 2 solid weeks of October. Oh, actually no, we got 4 weeks of October. Oh, I definitely don't remember. I actually don't think I saw the Scotsman episode of Samurai Jack when it aired. That was like one of those ones I definitely like watched later. It's like it was that kind of thing where it's like when you're watching it on like Cartoon Network as a kid and you just don't have access to steady Cartoon Network, you don't finish series. It's amazing that I ever finished Full Metal Alchemist. I think the only reason Full Metal Alchemist got finished at all though is because I went in and just kind of watched it on my own terms. For some reason, a bunch of notifications popped up, and I don't know how to. There we go. I was like, this is covering like half my screen. This is still a little bit wet too. This should be interesting. I was like, I probably have enough wet time that I can kind of start getting into these. No, apparently. Well, if it gets kind of wet, it's not too bad. But yeah, no, I definitely, I also never ended up, so, for people who watch them, were the later seasons of Samurai Jack any good? I kind of, as like a personal thing, I sort of just avoid every season of a show that's made significantly later than when it's, oh no, yeah, no, it's still hella wet. I just like hold this off to the side and wait for a bit. Let the fully dry. Alright, what are the other two ones? What? Wait, I might have done this too much. Oh. There we go. Alright, blow dryer time, baby. Let's get some. Ah, no! My terrain fell into my rats. Well, this is about as dry as I need that. And off-putting. Interesting. Let's see, sip. Oh, no. I appreciate no spoiler. I appreciate the no spoiler. I know recently-ish Gennady was saying something to the degree of what's it called? Like I apparently he had like this like Black Knight in like a cool robo suit as like a pilot, and Sony's like, nobody wants this, and then it got posted to social media at some point. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is the raddest shit ever. So I hope that's changing. Oh shit, that also reminds me too. So in like the weirdest fucking coincidence thing ever, apparently, I guess Alice, like, American McGee's Alice discourse has hit Twitter, but not in like like American McGee didn't do anything wrong, which thank God. I was worried that I was thought that he was up to some shit. Apparently not. That was entirely my bad. And apparently, like, he's doing good now, I guess. Like, yeah, he's apparently just on Twitter with like I love his icon. I need to stress how good American McGee's icon is, because it's like a locked in it's like a locked in time little snapshot. It's beautiful. Let's save that on right section. Save images. Oh yeah, I see where I saved that. I did that thing where I saved it in a file in like a totally different folder and I was confused. This is what American McGee's icon looks like. This is like early 2000s and I love it. I love that it has not fucking changed. How you doing, AU West? Welcome. How you doing? I actually don't own any of the endless spells. I know that they're pretty solid. Okay, they were solid at one point. I have not properly played Age of Sigmar since 2nd edition, so my knowledge is very, very rusty. I actually do have gnaw holes, but they're pretty much like not been touched. I think really what you want to do is like a lot of terrain, probably prime it black, dry, like do like a heavy like dry brush of like a dark gray on a lot of the stone. The wood's also got like a good texture too, so you could probably also hit that up with a similar to like do a dark wood color, dark brown, and then do like a lighter brown. That will just get you there. As far as like the swirling fuck vortex, so what I really like doing is, I feel like a good. Do I got the example ready to go? Hold on. Well, okay, one way to do a really easy green glow is you paint whites. There we go. Hey, it's okay. So this is a word bearer lad of mine, but the idea is very similar. Where you paint white and then you can use these tubes are a little dirty because I purposely don't clean them up a huge amount because I want them to be grungy. Use as much white as you can on the areas you want to be bright, and then everything else you can kind of use like a lighter green or like a dark, like a medium green, and then you can just kind of use a green contrast paint. I use Shamrock. I think it's called like Shamrock Glow from Army Painter. Let's get that over here. That should be a good basis. I will say at the end of the day, though, it is terrain. So probably the reason why you don't see a lot of tutorials on how to do those. Because, like, a lot of general terrain painting things, like dry brushing, like terrain painting, like dry brushing's your friend. Take it easy for sure. They're probably still going to also carry you there. I think overall that should work for you. Yeah, such a happy lad. But, yeah. But for the spells though, it was a really weird thing for a while. In 2nd edition Age of Sigmar, what happened? The Caradon overlords did not have the ability to do endless spells because they're like specifically not like, they use like magic space, like magic gold, so they can make all their ships fly, but they're not like wizards and shit. But they could capture an endless spell from another army, and for a while, one of the best ones was Skaven. So you had dwarves that, in like a lot of settings, people were just using rat magic with them, which was fucking buck wild. I don't know if that's changed or not. I don't know like what current modern Age of Sigmar looks like in terms of like endless spells. How you doing, Caveweed? How you doing? Welcome. Oh god, I love Guards of Hecate. I always forget how to pronounce the name. I love her shit so much. I picked up my metal recipe from her ages ago. Like the like specifically even picking up like the secret weapon metal rust effects, which is sadly you can no longer get. I don't think they're like needed these days, but they were really, really nice. Yeah, no, she does really good work. I want to buy some of her sculpts. She does like a bunch of, she does some really cool sculpts, but unfortunately she's like, she does everything through Ramshackle Games, and I don't mean them any ill will by this, but once tariffs hit, they're one of those companies, they're like, well, we can't sell to the US anymore because shit's fucked. Well, mostly because I think it's like it was hard to do. Like the British postal system had like a weird oh, I forgot to try that still. I should get a decent amount of this. Should flash out. Oh, sorry, I'm just blowing this so I can. The force of the blow jar is actively like knocking terrain back, which is really, really fun. There we go. None of that anymore. Yeah, we do that. So this will eventually become a. So my plan is to eventually dry brush this with the copper. I just always sort of layer the oxide on. I did actually pick up some orcs. Oh yeah, I was gonna. Oh no, they're in a different room. I could grab the lads. You know, I could grab the lads. I'm gonna go limp for like 1 second to grab. Oh, gotta go limp. I still haven't explained my idea for the orc wheel. Okay, this is fine. This is okay. This is the appropriate amount of fucking like scatterbrain nonsense I got going on. But yeah, my shop had a some orcs entered their dollar bin. So I picked up a couple. I got this guy. I got fucknuts with Mick Big Hammer. I like his big hammer. Got a big ass hammer. I'm assuming he's I don't know what, like, I don't know very much about orc units. This guy might be a boy. I don't know. Then I got this lad with a real fucking snazzy weapon. They have arms. The arms have entered the bin. Oh, that kind of snapped off a little bit. That's fine. Then I got just a generic boy, you know, entirely normal lad. And then... Oh no, is that arm gone? I mean, oh, there we go. Okay, I was worried I lost his arm. Anyway. And I got this guy with like one of the little, I don't know, like the little, I like his little hats. I like the little like fuzzy hat. So I figure, so what I'm thinking about doing for October. Oh, see it, Knob? Oh, hell yeah, let's go. Like I said, I know orcs and I know like a general idea of stuff like that. Like I know like flash gits and stuff like that. I know me a good snaz gun and stuff like that. I just don't have a good connection between like what is their actual units and what their actual models are for a lot of things. I can do like a war boss or like a mega knob, but beyond that, I'm primarily a chaos guy, which will surprise absolutely no one based on like everything I like to paint. Where am I going with this? So yes, some idea. Next week on all my streams, I'm going to add a wheel. What will happen? There'll be a redeem. Unfortunately, I can only get redeems working on the Twitch side because YouTube is dumb for stuff like this. Wherefore, I'm debating between 3,000 and 5,000 points. You basically put an item on the wheel. Then on the 2 weeks, not next Sunday, but the Sunday after there. Sorry, I should just give you a specific date because I cannot articulate after playing 3rd edition for too long today. So I figure on the 19th, I will spin the wheel and probably collect and basically take 5 results. And then for 5 results, I want to kit bash those results into like an orc vehicle. Like just some sort of just real fucked up truck or whatever. See, I also imagine when you said it like, oh, look at this git. Look at him articulating. Look at me. I can articulate. I can't say words, but I understand words. Relatively okay. It's a very strange position to be in life in general. Well, it's like that because I think it'd be fun to do something, but I don't want There's been times I've been trying to do like themed events or whatever for like specific factions. And the problem is I get caught in the like painting whimsy where I have a hard time sticking to a theme like that. I have a real hard time sticking to a theme like that. So I'm like, okay. So if everybody is like, okay, somebody put like space, like starship, like big thing. Yeah, that's, and my thought is I could take those gits and just like have them as people, like, you know, just as writers, maybe do some kit bashing so they can like, you know, sit behind like the cockpit or whatever. So something like that, yeah. That'd be fun, yeah. So I will get that wheel ready. The wheel should be ready for next Tuesday's stream. We'll go with that. I'll try to probably set the wheel up if anything after today's stream, just so I don't forget, because I know otherwise I will forget, and I need to make sure that I have at least 2 solid weeks of getting this together. And then I get to spin a wheel. And the nice thing about doing it at the wheel is that like the more you put points in there, the more chances stuff will show up, but it's still not guaranteed. You know? I've done multiple painting collab streams. It's tricky, but I've done it. Like I've done one with Almantis before. I've done one. There's a VTuber named Rinvalia that I've done before. There's just not a huge amount of mini painting VTubers out there, so it does make that kind of collab harder to do. It's also really janky with how you do like if you all have like live 2D models, like you can do like VTube Studio, and then like maybe use like Discord to pump all the camera feeds for all the recording stuff like that. It's tricky. It's fun though. The thing is, I do like that kind of like co-working stream. That is kind of fun. But it's just the mechanics behind it are just kind of very, very tricky to put together. Not impossible. Like I said, yeah, you get a little bit of delay. I've done it before. It can be done. It can be done. I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed. And I've also done like I have not organized these myself. There's a VTuber named Peganeko, who she is still around. I think she's just hella busy or like doing college or something like that. As people are wont to do. Just kidnap another VTuber. That is like the one thing I've actually never done as a VTuber is an off collab. For people who don't know much about the VTubing side of things, off collabs are when somebody does a collab inside like 2 people are in the same room. Yeah, that's how Matthew found me, by sheer chance, which is buck wild how that worked out. But yeah, she did like a big organized thing where it was like, okay, everybody's still gonna have their individual streams, but but everybody would like break off to like get a prompt and talk beforehand and stuff like that. Yeah, it's there's gotta be some way. I know there's like a way you can do like seamless karaoke streams stuff. Oh, there came Happy. How you doing? Well, thank you. I'm glad to be your favorite shapeshifter. Because being someone's favorite shapeshifter means that you're somebody's favorite in a lot of different things, and I do appreciate that. Also, I see the trend of glasses and cat ears, so, See, I mean, Magfest would make me the closest way to do an off collab, but I also don't have like a setup for like portable streams, nor do I think I really want to. I kind of enjoy those as like, kind of like a vacation sort of dealio. I could. See, transporting minis sucks for that kind of thing. So there's a thing that I tried to do for Magfest, right? Where I was going to give everybody a 3D printed rat. I printed off so many rats, and I didn't like paint them fully. What I did is I did a spray paint layer of brown, and then I did like a 45-degree angle spray of like a green. And I was like, oh, these would be cool. And I made them out of the real, like reasonably durable ABS type resin. And it was like, I was handing those out, and those were still kind of a pain, and they would still break in transit. And nobody wanted to grab any because they were afraid it would break in their bags. So it's hard to do that. Hey, the funny thing is I used to have a bunny to redeem ages ago. But that was back when it was like a PNG and it wasn't like a proper, like fully like bouncy and flippy. Does these move my eyes? No, these are just mostly just like bouncy with the heads. So that, no. Overhead spray. Over-angled spray. No, I said angled spray. No, I'm not spraying with my ass. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to take fragile things with you to like a convention. Like I can, the only way it would work, I think, for anything is if I was doing like a war game con, and that point factoring in the movement of a bunch of minis is expected for sure. No, it's all good. I was confused, but I can see why you were also confused. No, we all Gucci. How you doing? How you doing? Charlie, I hate that. Cease. But yeah, no, today just in general, what am I doing here? There we go. See, that was my other option would be to dunk them in resin, though. That's probably what I might. Oh god, it's already October. I mean, I still got the same rats. If I could find some way just to like make like resin ice cubes with a rat inside. That might be the way to go. Yeah, because I could just reuse the rats that just didn't really go anywhere. Just have them float. Make weird fucking like ice rat ice pops. Make rabbit rats. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. Kinda sorta. For a cave weed. Like, there's a lot of like, I mean, you know, it's wood and then just like metal trim and rocks and stone. So I was just kind of doing like a general, oh yeah, I guess silicone molds would work because I could just kind of like loop them out. So I'm going for like a similar look, but mine's probably gonna be darker. The box art version is like borderline white with some like dirt on the sides. I'm definitely leaning towards more like a darker gray for sure. Not that I think there's anything wrong with the way they did it in the box, just not my thing. I tend to go dark colors for most of my shit anyway. Thanks for film rolls. Oh, I haven't seen one of those in a hot minute. I mean, I was around during the era of like going down to the CVS to get film developed, but I have not seen a film roll container in a good amount of time. I kind of miss it actually. It's like what? It's like one of those things you don't feel nostalgic for until like you realize it's gone. Whereas that's just like a portion of life that just no longer exists. This is gonna be hard to angle. I think if I do it like this, you guys can see generally what I'm doing. There we go. Yeah, I don't need to get this super wet because it's already kind of picked up a lot of moisture. Oh, for sure, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing this like very, very runny because if I don't, it tends to get like way too thick and I don't want that. Oh, it probably has actually, yeah. So like I've not really like, I take photographs for my mini things, but I'm definitely like not a photographer and especially not like an analog photographer, though I think it could be cool though. Like using more kind of like retro or traditional ways to film minis would be kind of sick. Sure, that would actually be pretty baller. Happened there. If I yeah, I don't. There's ways I could probably do it. And like I said, I still got all the rats. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think you get like the equivalent of instant cameras aren't too hard to find, but yeah, no, they like I don't remember. The thing is, like I didn't interact with it a huge amount. Like, my family did get film developed, but it was always kind of more like, oh, we're at a CVS for some reason. Oh, time to get film developed. Oh, I guess we're just going to be kids and just kind of wander around the aisles and whatnot. Just, you know, just doing kid shit. Good stuff. Good stuff. I saw the, what's it called? The Trent, the, Miscast Minis. Has like, I guess it's some, I'm sorry, this is good. These are just big enough to be annoying to paint on stream sometimes. He's got like what he's like almost like a little, it's like a little goofy pink camera. And it's kind of like an instant camera, but it's not really like film. It's like, do you guys remember like the Game Boy camera? It's basically almost feels like you took a Game Boy camera and like the printer and you merged it into a more compact form factor. And he's been taking pictures of his minis and creating like little stickers out of them. Specifically so you could be like, okay, this is like the orc bin and like take a picture of some orcs and stuff like that. I was like, that's a neat idea. I'm curious how much one of those would cost. I can't imagine they're like crazy expensive. They're not huge on my list though. If I'm using any, if I'd be using any sort of what's it called, like organization tool, it'd probably just be like a label opener. Oh hell yeah, let's go, let's go. To be fair, there's the people who know how that shit works makes like I've looked into that realm a little bit. So everything that's leading to this looking like pretty decent. I think I got a pretty decent setup for like hand cam stuff. We're generally cut above like this is a webcam. But if it comes to like the way the shutter is set up or like the aperture size and stuff like that, shutter speed, it's a very much like following guides and trial and error. That gets me to here. For people who know what they're doing, I'm immensely jelly. It's stuff that like I learn every now and then, and I'll learn it. I'll be like, this is new knowledge that'll be useful for my brain, and I won't interact with it for like 2 years, so that just immediately falls out. There we go. He's speaking Greek again. No, I'm speaking nerd. I'm speaking geek. So like, I'm almost done with the Adam Savage book too, and it's actually I'm getting to the point where there's some like definitely what's it called? There's definitely got some like useful pieces of info that I've been enjoying about like setting up a workshop and stuff like that. Man, though, there's like every now and then he kind of like, what's the best way to say this? There is like a type of nerd that is kind of like an innocent one that would enjoy like Blade Runner and Star Wars and stuff, which he still very much is. And I've been just kind of ruined by my decades of being on the internet, where those kind of people have become like either like the dead-eyed Funko Pop drones, or just like really, really aggravating. And also, so it's weird. It's weird seeing that. Like, I feel almost like I can feel myself get angry over nothing when I hear him just like geek out about Star Wars. He's like, this isn't just any costume. This is the Chewbacca. I'm like, oh god. And I like at one point that was like you know, that's just what it was. That's just what you were into if you like dork stuff. And I shouldn't hold it against them. And I really don't. I'm just kind of catching my own biases in a way I was not expecting. So Steve, have yourself a good night and take it easy, yo. Oh god, yeah. Getting a good set of macro lenses is like, so basically, there is like a lens for my Lumix that I basically almost my entire VTubing career I've been like, I'm tempted to get this thing. I'm tempted to get this better lens. I don't think it's actually a macro lens, it's just a better lens. But it's always been like $600, so I've always held off. Because goddamn lenses are expensive. Like, they really are. Because usually if I had that, like, just straight cash monies, I put it towards, like, other VTubing things, which should generally seem to go a bit better. Oh, I've been doing this real thin. It's starting to, like, pull up like a monster. I don't know if this is... I think, like, the ratio, like, as I've been going has been getting thinner and thinner, and I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. We'll find out. Worst case, this is getting dry brushed, so I don't think it's going to be, like, too bad. There we go. Yeah. I could, yeah, maybe I could find out how to make my own stickers, or maybe, like... If I took stickers on my rats, that would be real fucking weird. I think that would be a weird choice to be like, look, it's a sticker on my mini. Here you go. Sorry, I'm big sipping right now. Maybe like a label maker thing. All right, this. We're dry. Okay, I think we're dry. Hell yeah, let's go. So much for a ditch offensive. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know much about like adapters and stuff. I know, Charlie, you've shown me in the past some like lens stuff that I've looked at a little bit. I need to kind of get back into that. I've been in a weird spot lately where I've definitely like let a lot of things that I was pursuing for like things to investigate. And I've been starting to get back into that. So maybe I need to get back into that kind of like realm of stuff again. I'm doing shaking my stuff. Yep. People do like stickers. I gotta figure out how to make good stickers though. I know you can like buy stickers. It's also tricky because like I don't want to like I'd feel bad if I gave out stickers that or had like art that I did not get rights for sticker stuff. Like I guess if it's free, it wouldn't be that buck wild, but I would still need to find someone who could do like what's it called? Maybe I could. I know a couple of friends of mine who are artists. Maybe I could be like, yo, can I commission you for some stickers that I could like just give out? You can put like your signature on it or whatever. I just want sticker. All right. So I'm using Vallejo Metal Color Copper. And I got my little dry brush. I'm doing a smaller one because I would like to have like a little bit more control. I'll probably get some copper in some places I don't want later, which is fine because that just means I can just go back with some gray. If I hit like a recess like there, I can kind of smush it in a little bit if I can. But if I can't, that's not too bad. Yeah, I think like as much as I want to give people like a physical rat, I just think the like practicality of like a sticker would probably be better. I also do like it. What I did for MagFest is I took all my stickers and I got like a little photo album and I put them in there. I'm like, oh, let's go. Because I don't want to like I have like weird sticker anxiety, where it's like stickers are permanent. Once I use a sticker, it's ruined forever. So I much rather put it in like a little case where I could be like, okay. I have this for all time now, and I can look at it. It'd be real sweet. As Ratsy Wanta said, maybe I'd have to double check on that. I would definitely have to double check on that. Okay. Ooh, okay. Definitely copying that and basically putting that entire statement into a Word doc for later, because. That for later. There we go. Thank you. Oh, wait. Those exist. You know what, though? I should have realized those exist. I just got like honestly, just like a photo album from Michaels and put shit in there. If there are like dedicated sticker books, oh, that sounds so much better. For storing stickers. That sounds way better. Holy shit. Why did I not know about that? Hey, Loaded Bones. How you doing? I'm working on terrain and it's going in pretty good. This is the step where I'm like, oh yeah, this isn't me just applying blue everywhere. This is actually like metal now. Yippee! Oh yeah, please. I'm bad at answering DMs, but I would very much like to know that. That all the things you're saying does sound very fun. What's it like? Like I like your words, funny man, or something like that. I'm those are all everything you're saying sounds legit. Well, shit. Apparently, I gotta get me a sticker book then. If you guys got any recs for that too, post that in the recs channel. I would love to get a proper sticker book. Like I said, right now I'm just using like a Michaels this is for weddings, and it works. Like I didn't unstick any of the stickers, so I can just cram stuff in there, and it's like hunky dory. But maybe getting some a little spicier in there would be kind of fun. I know, and I'm gonna have to hit this angle. Oh man. Okay, this started pretty good. I'm curious how this is gonna hold up with the noosh. I don't think I'm gonna noosh today. For context, noosh is basically like a substance that kind of just like it's made by Proacryl. It's supposed to create the idea, like the look of like oils, because it makes acrylics take forever to dry, so you can kind of like rub them off and stuff like that. It's pretty nice. Check your DMs. I will have to do that after stream. Hell yeah, much appreciated. I guess I might as well get these little bits while I got like this angle, so that way I don't have to like keep flipping around. I also need to like, this is like a nicer dry brush. I need to really make. I don't think a metal would fuck this up too. Oh, yeah, it's too thick. Like I don't think that like the like little metal particulates would fuck this up too bad. As long as I'm not using it for like really grainy materials and stuff like that. Oh fuck yeah, let's go. I am working on the same terrain from last week. That's my big spicy special project. Been going pretty good though. I've been digging this quite a bit. And then, oh, I can show you one thing I've been working on a little bit. So for the, what's it called? The guys who did the Westphalia, yeah, the Westphalia Trenchant stuff. They did their pagan giants, and the base frame of it's cool, but they try to make it like, they try to make it very naturey in a way that felt like almost overdone. Like they had like a bunch of like, you know, like mushrooms and twigs and bones and stuff coming off the back. And I didn't really like it. It just felt like it was like almost like too, like, it was supposed to be this like wild feral giant that has been captured, and it just didn't really feel like it. So I've been doing some shit to mine. Will I paint it next week? I don't know. I might, like I said, I might redo, I might try to finish off some stuff from last week. Put that somewhere and I don't know where. I have to really make sure I do not like fling this into the fucking, off the thing. But yeah, I got this guy now, who currently is a very weird. So I basically clipped off all the shit I didn't want, used a combination of plaster and Mod Podge to give him some kind of like weird, like thick tufts, so like thick growths, and then I clipped off a lot of his like pre-built skirt. I gave him this kind of like floofy one. I'm gonna try to like bend that one a little bit in, but otherwise I'm pretty digging it. Also, we got some chain. He's got some like actual chains. And so he might be in theory ready next week. Well, Scotch Warhammer. Hey, let's go. Hell yeah. I said I want to get back into Trench Crusade painting, playing. Well, I've actually got plenty of painting done, but playing especially I really want to do. I want to trench my crusades, yo. That's the tricky thing about like niche war games, is sometimes just like everybody around you're like, oh, we're doing other things right now, and I'm like, please. I would like to trench, and the one place where people trench is at a store that's typically only really open on Wednesdays. Oh, that's It's a 3D print from the Westphalia guys, aka they go by Trench Stench as well when they're doing like Trench Crusade stuff. I can get you a link to that. Hold on. Let me get this little bit and make sure I don't have like a huge amount of material in here. Oh, fuck yeah. I will definitely have to check that sticker book out. Let me get you. Like I keep forgetting to like I should just keep this up. It's a neat giant. So I'm gonna link this, and you'll see what I mean. I think the base sculpt is pretty solid, but I wanted like a more understated one for me personally. Post that in both chats. There we go. Yeah, so this is a weird. So they basically did a pagan warband as like a semi-official third party. Like they've worked directly with the Trench Crusade team before, but they also just kind of have their own like little fun fanzine. Because Trench Crusade is definitely supposed to try. I think it's trying to like recreate that era for like you would have people doing like fun third party rules and like White Dwarf equivalents and stuff, which I've been enjoying a lot. It's really weird. So like I missed out on the glory days of White Dwarf, but I've been finding more and more White Dwarfs in the wild, and God, the ones that are like really old are really cool. There's just like so much neat hobby stuff in there, and like you get to see all these I have one of the Tale of Four Warlords, and it's really funny talking about like the guy would just go to different shops to like shop around for a deal, which is bananas in like modern day Games Workshop. The idea that you would specifically go between grand openings of stores so that you could snag the cheapest models is really funny, because that shit would not fly. It'd be like, you must buy this collector's box. It's a limited time. Please. Avona needs you. God, what's that? Like, there's that, like, it's like Avona or whatever. It's like that one spam game that keeps changing its shape every couple of years. It's very funny how that's still kicking around. A little bit's gonna need to be touched up later. Something steel. If like Evan, yeah. Where it's like it's I don't know if it's like people trading the name around or if it's just like the same, because like sometimes like in the past it's looked like Clash of Clans, or other times it's looked like a fucking like RPG. Sometimes, a lot of times it looks very much like porn spam, where it's like is this Is this an H game? And I don't think it is, because they still want to sell it on like the Google store. But I just find it funny, just like the tenacity of like how long like that as like a garbage like fake game. I say fake and like it's a real game. I think you can play Ebony, but it's not real as in it is not. There's no like passion or soul or like trying new things out or art. It's like one of the laziest, dumbest scam kind of games where it's like it's only made for money extraction to rip off popular trends. Look how good this is looking. I'm very happy at the state of the copper on this bad boy. I guess it's whatever gets eyeballs, but it's also like the worst kind of business bullshit. One singular drop. You can see a little bit the fact that I've been going like left and right. That's probably okay. I'm just pretty happy how this. Like I think I could use a slightly bigger brush, but I've been enjoying the control for this. That sounds bad. That might have even been Evony at one. I keep calling it Evony and I don't know why. Evony. Honestly, not like that's not even like, you know, it's a dumb game. I don't need to give it the correct name anyway. There's like a couple of them stuff like. I saw recently there was I was recommended a YouTube video that was like one of those like really kind of like, so there's like video essays that I enjoy and then there's the ones that are like, this is 4 hours, why did you do this? And it's like, this is the story of Raid Shadow Legends, like the story in the game. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm curious because Raid Shadow Legends has been going on for like fucking years, and every now and then I'll run into someone who genuinely likes that game, which is bizarre because it's like borderline a joke. Like, even for, like, VTubers, it's like, yeah, I've seen VTubers get Raid Shadow Legends sponsorships before, and I don't blame any of them, you know. I guess it pays well, and, like, they don't give that much of a shit. But, like, what the, like, are they attempting a story? Do people care about the story of Raid Shadow Legends? Like, are there, like, story events? Because Raid Shadow Legends is a Western gacha, really. And those do typically thrive off of those kind of things, so you would think it would have it, to some degree. Oh, I'm not surprised at Cookie Run. I did... God, which one did I do? I think I played the original Cookie Kingdom, whatever. Because I wanted to see why people were obsessed about this game and why they wanted to fuck the cookies. And I couldn't find that. I never found a cookie that I was like, ah, yes, I understand. I understand why you like this cookie. Sexually, and it just bounced off. Like I could conceptually understand it as like, you know, it's the internet and people will jerk at the most things, but like I never found the cookie that I'm like, I understand, cookie friend. Just like pat them on the shoulder, be like, at last I see. This is looking pretty good. Oh yeah, no, this is definitely one of those ones that like the process needs to happen before anything really looks right. I could do something really dumb. There we go. Yeah, never found a cookie at glaze. Wait, the Viking. Wait. Is that like is the Viking Crusade a fucking? Is that a Raid Shadow Legends thing? Oh shit. Oh hell yeah. Okay. I might be learning tonight. It's still a little damp. I'm putting it on high just so I can like barbecue my hand. This will be fine. Weirdly enough, this piece seems to like really like let all the stuff kind of like go into the recesses and makes it hard to deal with. So like this piece is fine. And I think weirdly enough, the other, like this one's relatively flat. By the way, everybody get yourselves a blow dryer for your mini setup. It'll change your life. It really will. Yeah, just eventually I just have like crusty burnt hands and just be like, all right, it is I, Ferris Manus. Primarch of the Iron Hands, the man with the iron hands. Yeah. Okay. Zoom in on this one a little bit. There we go. Yeah, heat guns might, like, I think I would like a heat gun someday, but it'd definitely be too strong for this. What I'd really like a heat gun for would be, I thought I had wet paint on there. I'd really like a heat gun for foam. Not be called soft pants by construction worker. I mean, I've subjected myself to enough bullshit that mind you, construction workers would think I'm a baby back bitch no matter what. Like, I know there's I know there's tough VTubers and whatnot. I'm like, outside of going full like mimic form. Yeah, you can kind of wait, who's the elf lady? Oh, she's from one of the Tenchi series. We were just talking about how we were talking about Tenchi at one point, and I was like, oh yeah, people used to go apeshit over this elf. She was kind of like the hot fantasy elf lady sort of her era, which was fun. But yeah, some people will take like a heat gun and they'll like melt like little lakes and divots and stuff in there. Oh, you know, that's totally fine, Joseph. How you doing though? How you doing? Understandable. I am blessed by the fact that I live alone, and that means I can just kind of do whatever I want. I also have really lax neighbors. Like I'll just sometimes like prime minis back on my porch. I don't really got a porch. I got like a stoop. I got on my stoop. I can just go out and just like prime minis, and it'll be great. I'm glad that I haven't gotten the call to like, hey, what were you doing out at like midnight, turning on the lights on your porch with a weird mask on? Have you heard about Warhammer? Yeah, I was doing that. How you doing, Kel? How you doing? I'm explaining what what's gonna happen when the cops get called on me for just going out late at night and priming minis. But yeah, I see people they use heat guns to shape foam for terrain and stuff like that. It seems really, really cool. But it's like what's it called? It's that level of cool where I'm like, this is neat. But I would never buy, I don't think it's not neat enough for me to go out and buy a heat gun. I think it's usually pink foam, but I've seen people use it to kind of like smooth it out or to like specifically add some texture to it. I don't have it, I know it happens and I've seen it, I just don't have a good example video I could like link you, I guess. Let's go. My backyard is flat as shit. I got a big tree, like I got like a couple of big trees, but they're on the edges, so they don't really cover anything other than just like being there. Oh, that's nice. Up. How you doing, Dylan? Welcome everybody. Welcome. How's the XCOM going? I finished XCOM 2 weeks ago. Hell yeah, myself. How you doing? The hairiest brother-in-law. That's a fucking competition. Are you just made of hair? So how you doing, Valve Event? Welcome everybody. Welcome. And how you doing, Plague Dr. Moose? Yeah, this is Minecraft. If you do not know me, I'm Howard Not the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nerdle and Skaven variety. Though right now I am currently working on some terrain for the Skaventide starter box for Age of Sigmar, just because I had it, because it had rats in it. I believe you escaping Brazil. God, so what happened for me is I beat all the Chosen, and I was like, oh yeah, there's a story to this game, like a main story, and then I cleared it in one stream. I spent basically so long just on the back foot getting my shit slapped by the Chosen that once that they were put in the ground, I was like, okay, time to wrap this bad boy up. That's pretty great. Oh god, Brazil's been way hardcore on you. Hold on, what difficulty are you playing? I played on normal. I played on no, veteran. I think I played on veteran because that's the one they recommended for if you've already played XCOM Enemy Unknown. Oh god, okay, you're going way more hardcore than I am. Okay, understandable. Yeah, that explains a lot, and I wish you the best of luck on escaping Brazil. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, I totally missed that. My bad. My B. But yeah, I'm currently in the process of so I'm doing a technique where you paint you paint copper and then you use an oxide wash to kind of get into the recesses, and then you dry brush copper over it, and it makes it really, really, really cool and like coppery and whatnot. Paint your Doom flares. Hey, let's go. Hell yeah. Honestly, sometimes I like going shopping for that reason of just like, clear your head, get some stuff done, come back to your project and be like, all right, it's party time. But yeah, I've been really enjoying how this is looking. But yeah. Also, if anyone has any questions about anything like mini painting or whatever, let me know. I'd be more than happy to like explain tips, or like if you want to do Warhammer stuff, I got you covered. Oh yeah. If you gotta run after raid, I totally get it. Is all good. Have yourself a good night and take it easy. And I wish you many luck on escaping Brazil for sure. There. Yeah, I'm using that oxide. I can never pronounce. Nihilok? I'm using that one, yes. I'm using Nihilok oxide. We'll go with that. I have no idea how to pronounce that word. Not even close. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you stopped by, and fuck yeah, fellow XCOM 2 enjoyer. I'm playing American McGee's Alice now. I'm taking a very nicely deserved break. Oh yeah, sorry. Earlier I was about to say, American McGee was kind of like in like a big Twitter thing, and like people did one of those like, once you know about X, you'll never want to stop beating something to death with your bare hands, and like, God, American McGee sounds like a nice guy. He really does. Like I'm looking, he's like when they fired me from id, I drove home and cried, but he's like, oh wait, you know what? I'm free to do my own thing now. I don't have to worry about people like who are doing some stuff. He's like, I'm living in China. I got a wife. I got some kids. I got my own plushie brand. Things are going pretty good. He sounded really nice. Wait, she? Wait, do they have any different propaganda announcers? That'd be rad as shit if that was true. But it's also, he also did that really fun thing where he was like, well, I can't endorse this copy that people are handing out of American McGee's Alice 1. However, I won't not endorse it. I was like, that's a good stance. He's like, well, if you somehow manage to find the original and buy it, I get royalties. However, do it like, do it your own thing, which I really like from a creator. Oh, okay. I totally blank out because I remember the guy with the glasses who would always just like talk about shit. Oh, no, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, okay, never mind. I recall now. Yeah. I see. This is real. This copper is really the sauce for sure. Like, look at this. Like, this is like a real like ruined statue now. I think it's because I was using like bronzes and brasses and stuff, and copper seems to be working the best. Seems to be the best color for this. There's 4 of them. I'm theming them after 4. Oh, that's a rad as shit, actually. Hell yeah. Also, Caveweed, have yourself a good night and take it easy. Have yourself a good rest. Have a good rest. Thank you for the hydrate as well. I could use that. I'll rescrew the screws to my desk thing. Ah, there we go. Big stretchy. Remember, only together we can build a better tomorrow. I fucking God, the shadowy guy was super rad. Like I love at the very end he was just like, well, this is the end, and he pulled out a gun and I was like, oh, I know what he's doing. Oh, I know what's happening here. And he was just like, no, fuck you, aliens. It's just like, hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Listen, I gotta let the tongue out, I gotta stretch the tongue. A common thing that everybody does. Hello, Earthlings, do you stretch out the tongue? I'm not an alien, no, I'm just a hideous freak of nature made in a lab. Very different. Very different niches, but still. Similar styles sometimes. There we go. You bead freaky. What are you talking about? No, I'm painting minis. Very different activities. Very different activities. Ah, good shit. Today's been a good day. Today's been a really, really good day. I'm glad I got to play war games. Yeah, paint me some freaky minis. I do, really. Most of my minis are freaky. I do think one of these days I need to be like, all right, I need to paint a prim and proper army. I need to paint like high elves or something. The tongue grips my victims, if that's what you're implying, I guess. You fucking dork. I do. I also still genuinely enjoy the general, like, I pop out the tongue and I was like, wait, what? Huh? To what? Hear me out? Do I have to? Do I really need to? Is hearing you out going to improve the quality of my life, like, at all? Got like a little bit too much in there. I can always go in with some blue later. I'm realizing that, like, this has been a good, like, couple of steps. God, this has just mostly just been hitting. There we go. No rhino at the moment. Hey, let's go. I have so many rhinos I need to do, like, so much stuff with. I have so many rhinos. Get this a little bit, get this a little bit. I get this at this stage, it makes this so much easier than having to deal with that later. Rhinos are free, yes, that's why I have so many. I have a Sisters Rhino, the one with the big tank like pipe organ that I want to use for word bears. I got a Deimos Rhino for Horus Heresy. I got a Rhino with fake resin teeth in it for my Death Guard. That's what I actually used today because it's like, I need to paint I don't have a fully painted Rhino, but because I've been playing so many games where there's at least one Rhino, I really should get one. The thing is, I would believe that somebody had 17 rhinos. Like I said, I have like somewhere in the ballpark of like 6. It also helps that there's a while my shop was like, yo, hey, listen. These rhinos some of these are kind of broken. And I'm pretty sure there was like $10 each. $10 each per broken rhino. And it's like, you know what? I can fix these. So I got $30 with rhinos. I mean, hold on. Metal boxes! I mean, like these. I think I have to strip the paint from this one. This is why it's got like some like yellow scuff in the edges. Also, I put some magnets on the bottom because I'm a heretic. And I like having a rhino that I can magnetize. Roll with a vertical launch. Oh, hell yeah, let's go. One of these days I really need to do Dawn of War. I really need to do a Dawn of War stream. Like, it's been on my docket for something I've wanted to do forever, and like now, like, I waited long enough that like now there's the fucking like remaster, which seems to be like a good remaster that doesn't, as far as I'm aware, I have not heard anything bad about the remaster other than like some people like it doesn't change enough, which I'm okay with that. I would just like it to like run on multiple cores, really. Yeah, I also need to do Word Bear's Rhino too. Because really what I need to do is I just need to take a knife. I need to take a like, not even like a hobby knife. I need to take like a box cutter and some gloves and just fucking tear off just viciously rip every fleur-de-lis on there. So that way I can like, that would probably be the best way to get that started and then go from there. There we go. Yeah, this song's really good. But it's really weird, so like, I don't know what's going on with McDonald's Japan, but they've been really leaning into anime stuff, so they've been doing like a lot of these songs, but like talking about like, I think they got like a blueberry cream, like, fucking like one of those like fruit pie things, where they got the creator to make a fucking, of this song to create a McDonald's fruit pie version of it. And it's like, God, I wish Western advertising was like half as fun as that. We don't get anything nearly that fun. A little bit on the side. But yeah, no, I got the infinite project queue means that will eventually happen. I don't know when, someday. Got a little too thick there. Luckily, if it gets a little too thick, I can kind of just like spread it out. It doesn't look too bad. But on the side, I think I just need to I'm at that point where like, so like I'm using a dry erase, not dry erase. I've been using a dry brush palette on my lap this entire time. It is like now like 90% copper, so it's getting harder and harder to feel for like what is not already like pretty dry brushed out copper. There we go. How you doing, Turtle? Welcome. How you doing? Art of the orange haired. Oh yeah, no, yeah. As soon as they're like, yeah, this is like an anime mom McDonald's style. People are like, time for porn. Yep. It's not just like, you know, the universal constant. There's only my backlog is huge. The thing is, like, I'm somebody that has like my eyes are too big for my stomach when it comes to projects. I get inspired really easily and I get started really easily and I get purchasing materials really easily. But then it's like every time my brain forgets, it's like, oh yeah, mini painting's slow. Mini painting is done like once, like today, this is gonna be roughly like 5 hours of working on both of these. Working on all the terrain once the stream's done. And like this is arguably just like a couple bits of just like extra fun stuff in between. A lot of my other projects require so much more to even get them started. I could try starting that though. I don't know. I guess it depends on how much I want to kip Ash onto that. I think next week's big thing is I would like to get my rootlings done, like my little garlic lads. Like they're so close. They're so close. If I can get them done along with some other just like desk projects done, that would be very, very good. As like a how finishes some projects he started day. I do those every now and then. I'm like, I get like a pretty good head start on this. I need to continue. I need to keep the momentum up. Yeah, see, yeah, exactly, Kyo. It takes so fucking long. It takes so fucking long. It do really be like that. So yeah, I do think, honestly though, I do have like a pretty good output rate. Like I do get stuff done. It still takes forever, but I do feel like I can like point to stuff I've done this year and be like, I've got a bunch of minis done. I can play games with new models because of that. Like I got to play Lost in a Dam today with not entirely painted, but like mostly painted. Like, the thing I said I was going to do yesterday after Alice, I was going to go and try to airbrush at least one coat of paint on a bunch of my turnip guys who are, like, going to be used for my trader cultist guys. I did do that, actually. That did help quite a bit. If they were just pure gray, that would have been real unfortunate. Instead, they were just, like, a very, very light purple because I need to do another layer of paint on that. It's coming together, though. This could be this. I'm gonna need to like strip the fuck out of this brush. It's been layering on just layer upon layer upon layer of this fucking copper. And that cannot be good for the bristles. I mean, luckily it's a dry brush, so it's kind of meant for this, but like, it's also a nicer dry brush, and I'm kind of hoping it lasts a while if I take good care of it. So, if immediately after the stream's done, if I dunk it in like soap, that'll probably be a good idea. Okay. I can aim this angle better. There we go. But yeah, so it's like, yeah, there's kind of a bunch of stuff. Something I've been like debating doing. I think I just need to be like, okay, this is the list of my projects. Here's what I'm thinking of doing, and just having that out. Maybe it might even be a thing that I need to be like, guys, what should I focus on? I have so much shit that I'm working on. And like, it won't be like a guarantee or anything. Like if I'm feeling the whimsy to finish Project A, I will ride that whimsy, because riding that whimsy gets shit done. By the same token, if I'm like, I got like 3 things I could do, which one of these sounds like it'd be more baller? That might be nice. Yeah, maybe put together that system when I'm putting together the voting system for the Orktober vehicle thing. Because I'm thinking vehicle. Like a weird fucked up scratch build vehicle feels more like Orktober than just like picking up a bunch of orc models. Especially because I got a bunch of, I got like plastic card and toys and shit like that kicking around. Like I'll probably still need to pick up some things for this theoretical monstrosity. For context, I want to do, during the next 2 weeks, I'm going to have like a redeem on Twitch so you can add a thing to the wheel. And then probably I'll do like 3 spins of the wheel. How you doing, JF? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh god, no. It's a cool model. I'm not necessarily a tank dude in like 40k, 30k. Especially because I do word bearers and they're mostly just like not needing tanks. It's a cool model though. It's just it's expensive, and I also have basically like all the Saturnine box to put together. But I'm glad yours went well. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. I need to get something built from that box first, because I got it like last week and I just have not had like a good time to sit down and get something built out of it. I'm probably gonna start with the Centaurian and then maybe the quad battery, and then so I was waiting for somebody to leak the rules for the new word bearer what's it called? There's a new word bearer's unique version of the Saturnine armor that's basically filled with demons. Now, I need to know, like, okay, what goes into that? Like what parts of the models, like how many can you have in a unit? What weapons do they look like? Yeah, I was thinking about I was debating. I couldn't. Okay, there's a seam in there. That's unfortunate. Whatever. I was debating, like, do I want to make him like a generic Centaurian? And I guess I really don't have a good generic Centaurian. I also have something I've been thinking about doing for all my guys. So I have this big old baggie of like old Chaos Chosen heads. And the really nice thing about Games Workshop stuff is that the bodies have gotten better, but the heads were always roughly the same proportion. So I can take some like Chaos Chosen or some Chaos Warrior heads. Probably the Chosen. I think the Chosen are way more fun. There we go. I can take one of these. Probably one that's like... yeah, like one of those, and use that for my Centaurian. And then also, I'm also aware that the Centaurian has a real fucked up cape. I've been very lucky that online everyone's like, this cape is fucked. If you're building the Centaurian, the instructions lie. So I'm generally prepared for that whenever that happens. I think I was basically told, like, I need to, like, I don't remember the exact instructions I was given for how those capes work. But at the very least, I know that once I start building mine, I will look up what goes into the cape and then plan from there. Oh, it's all good, Lana. Have yourself a good night and take it easy, yo. Have a good rest. Because, God, Horus Heresy models are meant to be like 1,000,000 pieces so they can cram as many onto a sprue as possible. And we'll see. But like the Centaurian is like it's like a good shape. I was debating like how much do I want to change this thing? Like, do I want to change the weapon? But I kind of like the big ass fucking Cludgel. I like the big Cludgel. I like the little Cyber Familiar, though maybe I might like demon up the Cyber Familiar a little bit because Word Bearers lol. Sub says, I don't know. I want to give it my own touch, because for me, the fun of doing the Horus Heresy stuff is I don't have to have everything be generic. And unfortunately, I don't realistically see me playing the Horus Heresy super soon, just because there's a scene where I'm at, but it's also the same people who play Trench Crusade, and they only play on Wednesdays. And Wednesdays is movie night. So it's hard for me to do both. And I don't want to move anything. I don't want to move any like schedules and stuff like that. So like we'll like, well, but I think someday I might be able to like at least do like, apparently they do like a bunch of like 500, 750 point games. Like they do a lot of smaller Heresy stuff, which is nice. So in theory, if I get like enough dudes together, I could make maybe kludge together a force, and then I could just show up to one of those. It's just like a quick little tester, quick little teaser. And then I'll see how my hodgepodge of Horus Heresy bullshit holds up. This is actually not getting into the wood too much. What if the momentum didn't carry up, what do you think the game would be that they would go back to? I'm curious. Like, is your group one of those that's like debating between sticking with 3rd edition or going back to 2nd? I know a couple were like debating that, which is understandable because it's like a pretty hefty change for a lot of stuff. At least as far as list building goes, I don't know how much the gameplay is actually changing like day to day. Like, I understand that there are like turn limits or different stuff like that. Oh, that's unfortunate. Like, are they open to doing older editions of 40K that aren't just like 10th edition? If so, Mike can. I mean, you know, I would, if I could only play a war game in like if it was 10th, I'd probably still have some fun. But I 10th, as somebody who does a lot, like really enjoys the modeling aspect, 10th does nothing for me. It really doesn't. So I hope you're not totally locked into like no fun allowed zone. Oof, okay. It has been 2 hours. Everything has been coppered. Yippee! Let's go. I'm gonna rinse out this brush as much as I can right now. Where's my... I don't know if I'm gonna do any dry brushing. I guess I could dunk this. I got like purple, pink. I got pink soap. I put a little bit on there. Just have it just kind of like soak it in the soap. Yeah, this is a nicer brush. I should definitely take care of this, so it will take care of me. Goop. Take out the particulates. I'm going to say particulates. And just let it soak in the soap for a while I'm waiting to do some other shit. Take a sip. God. So I did a really unfortunate thing where I am at, I was like, it's starting to get warm. I do have a local G-Dub store, but I don't go there. Mine's one of those like hole-in-the-wall mall stores that there's like one person running it and they don't really know much about the game. We had a real, like, when I got back into mini painting, I did go to my local G-Dubs, and we had a really cool lady who was there. And she was legit. She was really, really fun. She would paint Slanesh stuff all day. And I was like, she knows what she's doing. She got pregnant. Somebody replaced her who was just like a guy who's there for a job. And I don't blame someone just being a guy who's there for a job. But he didn't know, like, I told the story a couple times. This guy didn't know what green stuff was. Oh, fuck, I forgot there's this, like, little pipe. Okay, there's also little skulls I totally missed. What do I do? You know, why not? Fuck it. I usually don't use this for, like, full painting things, but, like, this is nice and flat. I had to, it took, so, I forgot that G-Dubs just doesn't sell green stuff anymore. And I was like, okay, I need some green stuff. I was like, hey, Mr. Games Workshop man, where's your green stuff at? And he's like, green stuff? What do you mean? Like, you know, it's green stuff. What do you mean it's green stuff? Green stuff. Everybody knows what green stuff is. He's like, oh, no, we have it. And he took me to the liquid green stuff, which is basically sort of like sprue goo, kind of, but official and comes in a little container that can dry out. How you doing, Blanc? How you doing? Oh, nice. I'm gonna be doing like a group event thing for October, so we'll see how that goes. Like, oh yeah. You mean the orcs, right? They're green and they do stuff. That's what you're wanting, Mr. Customer Man. Isn't that correct? Haha. And I was just like, okay. So that was the last time I went to that store. Every now and then I'm tempted to go in to like grab like a free mini of the month or like maybe a what's it called? Because like, here's the thing. This is how I get new Warhammer models. If it's brand new, I order it through Squids. If it's like, if I'm at my shop and I see something used that strikes my fancy, I pick it up there. And because of that, I really don't have a bonus for a G-Dub store because Squids has got better prices, and you know, I got the Squid bucks whenever you guys order something. So I don't need to do that. And by that same token though, like, used models have just an infinite amount of like cool shit I could find. Yeah, there we go. Speaking of which, that's my sponsor. Good old Squidge. Oh, this is good. But these guys, the longer ones might take some extra work and bullshit. I might actually be able to knock out these because like this guy's. Guess I'm just gonna lean into the fact that I got paint markers for the metals. Fuck it, why not? But they are doing their job. I once again, I don't think I could ever do the other markers, but these are really good for just loose metal bits. But as far as like Armies on Parade goes, I've tried it a couple of times. This is gonna be really dumb, but hear me out. Every time I've tried to do Armies on Parade, it's been like every time I've tried to do NaNoWriMo, where it's like I'll forget like where the deadlines are, or I'll get like stupid busy and I can't finish it. I've submitted one entry to an Armies on Parade. It was never gonna win. It was just like a barely functioning board with some like clutter on it. Like it's sort of before I really learned how like sculpt the mold worked. Like it was like I knew foam could make board, and you could use like dirt, you could use like sand for texture, and I made like the grittiest, shittiest board. And eventually it was bad enough that I think I just chucked it because I was like, this isn't even like useful for anything else. Like I'm good. But yeah, I don't know. Would I like to do a proper Armies on the Parade someday maybe? Like will I? I don't know. We'll find out. But I forget if you can only do that at a G-Dub store, then nah. I'm good. I'm good in that case. I said I like it's also like so my G-Dub store is kind of out of the way. Like the fact that all my mom and pop stores are like not only better price wise, but they're also like way closer was really, really nice. So like I know the board isn't required. I don't know. Also, it also doesn't help that like this year the army that I've been doing the most work with are my Emperor's Children. Could I bring all my Emperor's Children to a G-Dub store for that? Yes. All of mine have 3D printed pieces. Not super heavily to the point where you couldn't tell what they are. But I got like 3D printed helmets and like 3D printed I got 3D printed helmets, I got 3D printed swords, I got 3D printed bits. I was actually thinking about I saw that apparently I was originally like, am I gonna have to get a fucking Mauler feed? Am I gonna have to get a Mauler feed for my Emperor's Children? Apparently not. Oh yeah, no, you could totally do thin down contrast paint for a wash. Very, very similar. Like, you know, there's gonna be like a little bit of like finagling, and I don't mean that in like it's the way it's gonna be like impossible. But I've done that for some washes before. Wasn't gonna get like rates. Okay, this one's got some rats. And then maybe paint like some of the dirt around the sides. It's like a bunch of skulls in here. There's so many. There's like 1 skull, 2 skull. Okay. God, there's so many hidden skulls. Okay, whatever. Hold on that for right now. I actually right. I think this could use actually 2 of the bulbs should be turquoise, so I can do the stuff on there. How you doing, Belly? Welcome. How you doing? Give me a quick sec. I will definitely do that. Just would get a little bit of blue on these, like bigger. Oh god, I dropped it. Nearly dropped this. How you doing? There we go. Ah, there we go. I definitely tested it in like an area first until you get the good ratio, but you should be fine. Okay, apparently I need to do some bone bullshit. What was it? What color? Hold on. I think that's leather. I think this is leather brown for the skulls stuff. Let's find out. We got a... Okay, this one has... Okay, this is the one that has like this little skull and just like a little alcove. We use leather brown. We'll give that a go. God, so usually my palettes are like a big kaleidoscope of colors. Right now, blue, brown. It's like an itty bitty bit of brown. Let me get... Dude, I'll start with the skull that is... ish. I'll definitely need to like siphon a little bit of water from there. Another brush so I can suck up some of the water. Oh no, this brush is also kind of wet. Basically, I had to like double grip 2 brushes with one hand, which is a mistake, and no one should do that. That's a bad idea. That was a... Oh fuck, my brown is leaking into the... I mean, if I use a little bit more oxide, I don't need to put it directly on that same oxide pile. Yeah, I was gonna do that. When I was airbrushing last night, I was like, oh god, yeah, no, I forgot that there's like a... Airbrushing smells, especially because like if you, for like thinners and stuff, like I definitely like make sure to be properly ventilated and whatnot, but it's like there's still a noticeable smell, especially like afterwards. Luckily, this is the same bone color I use, so that's pretty solid. A little drip here, but it's not like leaking in a bad way. We got any bonus boners? Like here. Got a rat on his shoulder, which I can get the rest of him and then get that rat. I guess it's not a Warhammer thing without some skellies, so it's not the worst. There we go. Smoked out the house. Oh no! Okay. Well, luckily everything seems fine, I guess. I notice like sometimes different paints have smells. Like there are some brown paints that I'm like, I might be going crazy, but this does smell a bit chocolatey. I would like maybe that's how they make the pigment to some degree. I don't know. That's okay. It's like a little bit over here, and I was like, is that a rat? Is the implication that this guy's got a rat in his head? Would sound like what they're going for. Maybe. But yeah, no, some paints smell sweet, some paints smell bad. I really actually don't run into too many bad paint smells, which is nice, because like, you know, I'm painting a lot and I would like my stuff to not smell awful. Oh, alright, you're fine. I actually don't... Okay, I don't have any black 2.0. I have Muso Black. Muso Black's the one super black I have, and I actually have not given Muso Black a good sniff. I haven't used it in a while, though. It's like one of those, it's like, oh god, this is going to be super cool. And I've used it on a couple projects, but not like a huge amount. I think it's another issue of like, I need to save this for a special occasion when I need to be like really black. And like, I don't need minis to be like turbo black too often. Like I've used it for like flight stands and stuff. That's like I don't want to draw any attention to this flight stand. In that case, it's pretty legit. You're there. Couple. Go around here. There we go, there we go, there we go. So it's like a chemical factory. God, there's like a song called like the Chemical Workers song that's about like a bunch of like younger dudes working in a chemical factory till they die because the pay's good and it fucks with their health. I feel like if you're like, yeah, that might be a fun one to like play back if they ever give you shit about that. It's a bitchin' song too. It's kind of like, I don't know what the genre is, but it's kind of got that like sailor's chant sort of vibe to it, even though there are like instruments and stuff. A good song though. Yeah, I got. It's like I also wonder too. Like I ventilate and everything, but I have to imagine there's some lingering chemical smells. I have to wonder. So like I basically don't really have anyone come over to my house directly. It's always a weird thing. It's like I have friends. I swear. But like all the people, like when I hang out with my friends, I either hang out at like our friend who has like the really nice lakeside house, or straight up just like at the game store. But I haven't had anyone like have to like judge the air quality in my house. But I have to imagine most people be like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" Okay, oh yeah, that's a bitchin' song. It's a really, really good song. How did I miss all these fucking skulls? There's so many itty bitty little skulls on these. I don't mind it, I guess. I'm just kind of baffled that I did not notice how many skulls there were on this on like any of these. That over here. I'm gonna hit him with these, and I'll probably do like an off-white dry brush and just kind of like very, very lightly hit up basically every skull. Oh, we got 3 skulls on there. Are there any on this side? Yeah, actually, okay. This one's got a big old fucking noodle. This poor dead guy was working out at the gym. I'm gonna to listen to it later. Chemical Worker song's like a really, really good jam. It's like one of those ones that like I won't listen to for a while and then I'll fixate on it for like a week. I haven't had like a really strong like song like fixation for a hot minute, where I just play the same song over and over again. I do get those quite a bit. I just haven't had one in like immediately recent memory. Okay, no, I've had some in recent memory. I just haven't had one in a bit. Like last one was the No Children by the Mountain Goats, but specifically they did like a live cover at this called, I think it's called like the Jordan Lake Sessions, maybe. And it's really, really good. It's all those are really, really, really legit. There's a chalice up there too. What color do I want that chalice to be? I could just also make that tarnished. Yeah, you know what? This is terrain. Which is a weird thing to keep bringing up, but I feel like sometimes I just gotta go the path of least resistance. Here's a chalice. What color will it be? A color I got a bunch out already. No one's gonna look at that chalice and be like, "How? Why did you paint that chalice like literally everything on this map?" On this model, on this map. You know, this weird 3-dimensional partial map that I'm working on. Move a little bit there, and can get Mr. Skull over here. So I still got like a bunch of like weird miscellaneous bits to still go. Not a crazy amount. This guy's foot. Oh, and I guess when do I want to get the metal spikes on this boner boy? Yeah, I guess now would be good. I guess I'd probably wait till this dries and I get the metal spikes, and then that way if I need to like touch those up. There. I do like mountain goats a lot. I'm really sad that the one time I was willing to like really like spend stupid money on like magic stuff, as opposed to all the other times I spent stupid money on magic stuff, they did a mountain goats collab with the mountain. They did a mountain collab with the mountain goats, and it was like one of those stupid ones where it's like 5 mountains for like $30. I'm like, fuck off. If you're gonna do something like that, give me enough land so I can make a deck. Wizard of the Coast, you are awful people. I want to get these 2 again. Get a vase. I want to make that vase a color. Also, we got ad break coming up soon, so strap the fuck in for that. Get you. Also, like some books, I guess. I guess I can go ahead and start. I can start hitting some stuff up with some colors. This vase will be. How about like a bootstrap brown? Sure. There's so many browns. There's so many browns. Wait, oh, did I must have reflexively muted that ad. I must have reflexively muted that ad and not even realize it. Hell yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, I do need to start using my, like, speaking about just using contra space and stuff. Are they still covered mountains too? Maybe. I need to double check out. Like, their big thing is that they have, like, they either have Mountain Goats lyrics on them for, like, the flavor text, or, like, they all piece together to be something. Let's see, like, I think I can get, like, an example of that one. I could probably just leave that one alone until the inevitable, like, new Shin comes. Oh, I got so much too. Goats. Magic. So because my keyboard's under my desk, I keep accidentally, like, hitting, yeah, so these are what these are like. These are full art mountains, which are, no, extended art mountains. And, like, they're nice. Every time Wizards of the Coast will, like, okay, we're gonna release a secret layer with lands, like basic lands, and you're like, oh, I would like a deck with all these lands, please. And they're like, okay, this will be $30 or $40 for, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. Okay. So if I want enough for, like, an EDH deck, you know, the format that you are specifically trying to whale people for, I need to buy that 3 times. No. Are you doing, maybe, I know what I like to do. Like, you could try doing that thing where you paint white and then, do, like, a red speed paint on that or whatever. Oh, it's because it was a part of a secret layer where Wizard of the Coast got the Mountain Goats to do a little collab because they were, as far as I'm also aware too, I don't think they actually, there is a card in Magic's history called Mountain Goat, and I don't think they did that. Makes me sad. This is a long ass skull. Oh, it's a nice skull, buddy. Long, you're a long lad. But yeah, so it's like, I like Mountain Goats and I like Magic, but all together I was like, please. Oh, hold on. I got like 3 of these songs in a row. I'm gonna skip this one. Sorry, mama. All these various skeletals. I also do some dry brushing on the wood as well. Yeah. It sucks you're gonna have to strip it. Yeah, speed paint, paint some white, paint some red speed paint, and you'll have a nice bright light. Oh yeah. I always like to, so I don't quite do his full technique, but that, like, El Mean Charista guy does a lot of, like, really good stuff. But he always uses, like, airbrushes and oil, like, he uses white oils, which are really nice though, because if you get, like, an oil white, it can really, really go into the recesses, which can look really baller. Like, there's those, like, Necron ruins that have come out for the kill team stuff, and those would be a good example to use, like, oil white to, like, really, really get into the reserves of the recesses of that. There we go. I get all these, like, one more little highlight. Still a little bit drying. There's like books on this side. What color do I want those books to be? Soldier clay. That's probably better, honestly. There's. I feel like you get more out of that. I am still forever tethered to Magic because I enjoy playing Magic with, like, my Monday crew. If that ever changes, like, if I ever, like, move or anything, I'll probably not be playing Magic anymore. Ah, fuck. Ads. It's a matter. It was only a matter of time. They were coming. Purple books, I guess? I don't know. My brain was like, these books can be purple to add, like, a little extra color to all this bullshit. The skeletons are still dry. Oh yeah, I could do some wood dry brushing. Wood dry brushing would be fun. Especially because I think I gotta do, like, a itty bitty bit of wood touch up on this bad boy. What with doing charred brown for wood? We'll do charred brown for wood. And we'll see how that goes. Let's touch up the wood, and then I can start... There we go. Any other little bits? We good. You haven't been happy with the sets of the light? Yeah, no, that's it's we're at this like really weird point where it's like nobody's happy with magic, but apparently it's making $1 billion, so it's like unfortunate. Oh god, yeah, no, that guy, yeah, he's like, I don't like his painting style on every. Might be a different shade of brown. That's fine. Also, Flying Ryan. Sorry, not Frying Ryan. Flying Ryan. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. How you doing? How you doing? I'm working on some of the Skaven terrain from the Skaventide set because I got it, and I might as well. How you doing, though? How you doing? Like, some of his Marines kind of feel... because he uses the same techniques that he uses for his glow effects on Marines, sometimes they look like... Basically, they're just, like, super lit up. But El Teresa does like crazy stuff with like glow effects. They're really banging. You do? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I got back from a like 4 or 5. Okay, I got there at like 2:30. We set up for like half an hour and then played till like 6. So I played like a 5-hour game of 40K 3rd edition today, which was fun. God, there's just a lot to it. There's just a lot to it. But yeah, I'm glad you're doing good. Yeah, so today's been good for me. I don't exactly remember if this is the same brown or not, so I figure what I'll do is I will just add little splotches of this brown all over the back, and we'll hope this is close enough. I will dry brush this at the very least, so this is gonna be like, probably colors will blend enough that I'll be fine. As a friend, hey, let's go. I don't play Age of Sigmar much these days. I did play back in 2nd edition, but I got this box because I like rats. I like Skaven, so well, I felt obligated in a fun way. So I basically painted all the cool rats, like, you know, anything that's not a clan rat or a Jezzail from that box. Not that Jezzails are bad. Painting Jezzails is just like painting clan rats for me. What's how do I paint rats? Though mostly these days I paint word bearers as a heads up. Word bearers are kind of what I do a lot now. Oh. I feel like it's been brought up before. Yeah, it is kind of amazing that you paint like both the stuff I paint. It's kind of buck wild. See, I have a 3D printer, so it's like I have an FDM one that is currently jammed, and I have not been able to unjam it because of a stripped bit. Well, also I've been too busy to try to unstrip it, so there. I might need to do that real quick. Just gonna. It worked a little bit. Okay, so that's going good. What about wood on this thing? Oh shit, okay, I know what this wood needs. Oh no. Is it bad? Is the damage bad? Is the damage bad? Okay, hopefully you're good. If not, I have an idea. If not, I have an idea. You could probably do. I need to get like repaint all that metal as well. Oh yeah, I mean if it wasn't, I mean I don't know how the word bearers treat like the minor chaos entities and stuff. They probably are still down for it. They are very chaos undivided. Let's see. Like if your tank is like if your rhino is kind of goopy, like if that acetone was too much, worst case you could do some camo netting. You could do camo netting on top of it. Hopefully you don't have to, but I think if things get a little wonky, that might be a way you can ollie out of that. There. that. Okay. Oh, it's just a headlamps. Okay. That's not too bad then. Oh, so what I need to do for you is this door. Door which is fine until I dry brushed it, and now it's all coppery, which is fine enough. It just means I just gotta go in and just kind of like hit it up with a little bit of this brown. That's a good Zetai. Have yourself a good night and take it. Oh god, it's actually time for me very soon. Like what I can do. I can just get in there, get these like last little brown bits. I don't know if I'm gonna do this next Sunday or not. Maybe. I could like it's kind of cozy just to keep working on it until it's done, and I'm getting very close for a lot of these. So that might be the way I go next Sunday. We'll find out. I can keep it kind of thin and watery, so that way if it goes over the edge, it just kind of makes it more varnished-y. Let's see, wait, which one's the best rat of all? I don't have strong rat preferences, so I'm just curious what's the best rat. I do like me some Naked Claw though, but like just like in like a very casual sense. Hey, there we go. Sick. Let's go. I will admit that like fantasy lore is my big weakness, and someday I will start reading some of the fantasy books. It's just right now I have been almost like continuously moving my way through 40k books, and it's kind of amazing how much how many 40k books are. There's so many. I have been reading a new book basically like pretty much like every 3 to 4 weeks, continuously for over a year. And like, there's so many novels I have not even gotten to it all. Oh no, Ekats is a very lad rad. All right, this is good enough for now. Progress. Once again, this is I could probably leave on the table if I did nothing else. This would be fine enough terrain. I can definitely like spice it up a little bit though. It's not, like I said, it's not done. It's getting there. Pause the music and let's go to the chatting screen. Wow. And then wow, thank you nerds for coming. I like painting terrain on Sunday. Like, you know, I like painting minis. It's really, really fun in general. But I think painting terrain on Sunday in particular feels like really, really good. That's pretty, it's nice. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Schedule-wise, see the schedule? Imagine the schedule next week. Probably finishing the Rootlings on Tuesday, Wednesday. I have some ideas for what to do on Wednesday's movie night. I'm actually thinking Nightbreed, which I forgot about until recently, and I've never actually seen it. It seems like it'd be a fun palate cleanser from what we've been watching, and it's spooky-ish, spooky adjacent. And then Thursday I will be painting maybe the giant, maybe that giant I showed earlier, and then Alice, and then probably more terrain. Yeah, there we go. Subject to change on the painting subjects, but otherwise like generally in that kind of vicinity. And with that, everybody on the YouTube side, catch you nerds later. Bye, YouTube people. Bye-bye. And